USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
This episode is brought to you by Marshalls, where you never have to compromise between quality and price. The buyers at Marshalls hustle hard, working to bring you great deals on brand name and designer pieces. Because Marshalls believes everyone deserves access to the good stuff. Visit a Marshalls store near you or shop online at marshalls.com.
Abercrombie Kids is bringing the ultimate first day energy back to school. It all starts with on-trend outfits for that front door photo shoot. Plus, the coolest tees, shorts, and jeans to take them through the rest of the year. Get them ready for their close-up and keep them comfy too. Make this grade their best one yet. Shop all things back to school, in-store, online, and in the app.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? Well, with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills. Wait, did I say job title yet? Get started today and see how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Get started at linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
I would say today is the happiest day. The biggest news to come out of the Kelsey household since Mama Kelsey was cast as a traitor, or I'm not saying she's a traitor, but cast into the show Traitors.
Do you think it's a bigger story or a smaller story overall?
If you really think about it, like, I do think it's a bigger deal for Mama Kelsey, for Donna Kelsey, who has done nothing but given birth.
Yeah, you know what? She raised those boys. She made them entertainers. They're both Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Like, she gets to be in the same room as, what's his name? Who's the host of it again?
Alan Cumming.
Yeah, Alan Cumming. That's kind of a big deal.
So I think in terms of, yes, the Delta is what you're talking about. Mm-hmm. Obviously, overall, it's a bigger news.
Yeah.
About the wedding, right? It's a globally, it's a big.
Guys, by the way, what we are talking about is that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are officially engaged, betrothed.
Yeah.
It's a great day for white women, let me tell you.
So I was going to ask you, do you think this is the biggest wedding of all time? This is going to be the biggest wedding of all time?
This is America's Princess Diana, I feel.
Yeah. So that's what we're talking about, right? Like,
that's what we're talking about here.
Yes. It is a royal wedding.
It is a royal wedding. I feel like the only other wedding that we could compare to this, like, I can't even think about it, like, in our recent past, like, maybe when Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt got married, that was like a really big deal in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that to me is like the last time people were this fucking amped for an American celebrity couple getting married.
I think so. Was there, I don't know, I don't remember, was there a lead up to that Jennifer Aniston Brad Pitt wedding? I don't remember there being like a lead up.
Well, we were also so young. So I think,
and there wasn't social media.
There was no social media, but it was all over the tabloids.
Yeah.
You know, anytime you went to the grocery store, there it was.
Yes.
That's all we had. That was the only way that we knew anything, right? So, like...
Yeah, we were so deprived.
Like, I was just like, oh my God, he's on Friends. Like...
Yeah.
You know?
It's so big.
Yeah. Like, that was it. But, Yeah, I feel like this is like this is a royal wedding.
It's a royal level wedding, and the only reason why like royal weddings are a big deal is because like they're big there globally, but it's only because like that's how like trauma from colonialism works.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the
Like,
only reason why we still care about it.
also, it's televised.
Yeah.
So, like, do you think that this will be televised?
So I was gonna ask you, what do you think is the move here? Or do you think they go like a small wedding, or do you think because I think Taylor gives the people what they want.
So she is really big on, because like her whole brand, right, is making the people think that she's just one of the girls. You're in her inner circle. You're in the inner sanctum of Taylor Swift, right? Like she is not just, it wasn't actually an Instagram post to everybody. It was an Instagram post to you specifically. And for you to then, Swift through the picture and try to look at little Easter eggs. Because I've already seen people say, oh my God, her watch says 10:13. I think that she's going to drop something on the 13th. Another person said she announced this exactly 13 days after she was on Travis's podcast announcing her new album. So people are crazy. And I think that she's like excitedly feeding into it. Did you see the caption?
Yeah, it was the one about the
your English
teachers,
teacher
right?
and your gym teacher are getting married.
And and the thing is, you read that and you go, well, that's fucking ridiculous. You're a billionaire, and he is like top 1% of like male celebrities because he's a
gym
football
teachers
player.
and English teachers everywhere are like, no.
But that's the thing, right? It's like, I think people will buy into it.
No, people think it's the cutest thing in the world. They're like, oh my God, she's so cute. She is the English teacher. He is the gym teacher. Oh my God, that's like exactly right. Somebody pointed out. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you find it cute?
No. Somebody pointed out that it was like, they said that Taylor and Travis together, like they're true middle America. Like it's really a win for middle America.
Oh, it's like the white power couple. Like not a white power couple, but a power couple that is
not a white power like the KKK, but a white power like the TTT. Travis Taylor team. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for them. Good for them. I'm happy that, people have something to rejoice over, but people were crying on the internet today. Is there a celebrity you think that if they got married you would cry?
I don't think so. Like, who do I care about? And what am I crying for? This is the thing I don't understand.
No, it's
am
happy
I crying
tears.
out of
happy
happiness?
Tears.
Yeah. Who am I happy to see get married? Like, who would that person be?
I'm not gonna lie. I think that one day when Blue Ivy gets married, I might get emotional.
I'm not. That's ridiculous.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah.
But that's because I've literally known her since she was in utero. I mean, I feel the same way about Teresa's kids, Teresa Giudice. But anyway, I'm happy that people have something to be excited about, something to look forward to, something to make you disassociate from whatever is going on in the world.
That's ultimately what it is, right?
But really, guys, like she is not your personal girlfriend. She is a billionaire. It's not this like down to earth. Like I saw somebody tweeted something saying like, if you look at the diamond, it looks like an old diamond that is like a vintage diamond. Cause it's like Taylor is all about that vintage Americana stuff. And it said something like, this diamond, it looks like men had to die in the mines to find this diamond. And to that I say, get it, girl.
I have a spoiler alert of the men who had to die in that mine. It was somewhere in Sierra Leone. Like that's where that stuff comes from.
Yeah. Yep. So
anyways, having said that,
so get it, girl.
Yeah.
Mazel tov. Congratulations. Good for you.
Do you think that like the invite to this wedding is going to be like a big deal? Like who gets invited, who doesn't get invited?
Oh, I do think that that's going to be very exciting. Like, do you think Blake Lively's going to be there?
So yeah, her. Do you think there's gonna be like a reality star? What if she like makes up with Kim Kardashian at the wedding?
Okay, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. I mean, she did make up with Katy Perry, I think.
Did she?
I don't know.
I can't. Anything's on the table.
Which football players do you think are going to be there?
Well, so I think Patrick Mahomes has to be there.
Oh, of course. Britney's going to be there. Britney's probably going to plan Taylor's bachelorette party. Probably. And it's going to be trashy as fuck.
Do you think there's going to be like maid of honor thing between Britney and Jason Kelsey's wife?
I don't think Kylie wants to be a maid of honor. Kylie's like, you know what? You're going to throw me in the wedding. I guess I'll be there. I guess. Sure. Yeah. But like somebody thought said that there's a conspiracy theory now that the NFL will, he said something insane. He goes, yeah, the NFL is going to make sure that the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. And also Taylor Swift is going to host a halftime show. She's going to perform the halftime show where she and Travis will get married. I thought he was retired.
No, so that's the other news that came out this year, or it came out today with the that's the thing. Right?
He's got a wife to take care of.
Well, no, so it came out. So the engagement news came out. Plus, like this is Travis Kelce's last year. So now it's just like a bigger story. Yeah. So now there's like a big football story also. So that thing about the Super Bowl, it's gonna be like his last game. And he's going to get married at halftime, and then the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
He's going to get married at halftime, and she'll be pregnant before the fourth quarter.
That'd be amazing.
Let me tell you something. That PR game between those two, delicious. Amazing. Nobody does it better.
The best to ever do it.
No, yeah, truly the best to ever do it. I've never seen such a well-oiled PR machine.
Because remember, like, before the election, there was, like, anti-Taylor stuff.
Yeah,
and like the NFL,
we were leading the charge.
Yeah, and then there was like anti-NFL, like the NFL fans were anti-Taylor also when they were like capturing. Completely unharmed. No,
it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Okay, nothing actually matters. Anyway, things that apparently do matter. Did you see what happened with Snoop Dogg this week?
I did not.
Okay, well, Snoop Dogg was on a podcast, and he was talking about how it's so hard to go to the movies these days. He doesn't like to go to the movies because he took his grandson to see the Buzz Lightyear movie, and he said that it was really awkward because there's a moment in the Buzz Lightyear movie where there's a lesbian couple, and his grandson asked, like, Pop, how do those two women have a baby? And then he was like, man, it was so awkward and so uncomfortable. Like it like really took me out. And it's like, I don't want to see that shit in my movies. That's like too confusing. And this isn't the time or place for me to have to explain that.
When is Snoop
Dogg? The guy who sings about his friends and he putting it in the same lady. That man. He's like, two women together? Ew. The guy who's sang multiple songs and talked actually quite openly about how during concerts and during on tour, he had quote unquote bitches and hoes lined up, and he was literally selling puss on tour.
Eczema isn't always obvious, but it's real. And so is the relief from Ebglyss. After an initial dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Searching for real relief? Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lily.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
A massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, especially these days. 8 different settings, adjustable intensity, plus it's heated, and it just feels so good. Yes, a massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, but when it can come with a car, suddenly it seems quite practical. The all-new 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan, packed with premium features like available massaging front seats, it only feels extravagant.
Love espresso, drip coffee, and cold brew? With the Ninja Luxe Cafe, if you can crave it, you can brew it. Espresso, balanced. Drip coffee, rich. Cold brew in a flash. With Barista Assist technology, you brew with no stress and no guesswork and make perfect silky microfoam hands-free from dairy or plant-based milks. Shop the Ninja Luxe Cafe at ninjakitchen.com.
You set the table, put on a playlist, even made the lasagna from scratch. And now you're wearing it. OxyClean Max Force Spray tackles tough, set-in stains the first time. Adulting is hard. Fighting stains shouldn't be. OxyClean Max Force. It's not clean unless it's OxyClean.
He found it, so now he just found it awkward, like the sex stuff was too much for him to talk about? Is that what he said?
I mean, there was no sex. It was a same-sex lesbian couple.
But that's what he was implying. Like,
yeah, he was like, how do I explain to a little boy how 2 women have a baby?
When did the Buzz Lightyear movie came out? Wasn't this like 5-6 years ago?
This was
I remember this being like a pandemic
peak
movie.
This is like no, this wasn't a pandemic movie. This is like peak when the Muslim imams like wrote that anti-LGBTQ letter like 2 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are we talking about this now?
Like, so weird. Like, okay, Snoop Dogg. There's so many other things that I wonder if you know that you have to explain to your grandson about.
Isn't that the thing? So, like, I heard recently, like, Snoop Dogg is, like, MAGA adjacent or something.
Is
that his deal?
Yeah. I think the thing is that when you become a bajillionaire, like, I think that you just become MAGA adjacent. I think you kind of are just like, well, I've seen some crazy shit. Like, it's fine.
I think so.
Yeah, I think
what
that's
I think I think it's the money thing that just takes you out of it at some point.
Yeah. So, anyway, Snoop Dogg's grandson, if you're listening, I'll explain it to you if you want me to. How 2 women have a baby. Okay.
Just read some of Pop Pop's lyrics.
Yeah, exactly. We fucking loser. And also, like, Snoop Dogg being a grandpa, I'm like, loser behavior. You're a grandpa? Get out of here.
I mean, he's just a grandpa. You can't. He's just old.
How dare you? Anyway, did you see the beef between Serena? Well, did you see actually, this is kind of serious. Let's get serious. Actually, before we get serious, let's not get serious. Let's get silly.
Okay.
Did you see who was recently hired by ICE?
Is it Dean Cain? Is that who you're talking about? Okay.
It sure is. Have you seen the videos of him like doing his routines and stuff?
No, what? Is he like training?
Yeah, it's worse than me. He's struggling. And I'm like, this is your Superman? This is your Superman? So anyway, yeah, he got hired, and he's really proud of himself. Dean Cain, really one of the biggest MAGA Hollywood losers out there, wouldn't you say?
So I think that's what happens to like these actors when they just don't have a place to go anymore. Like I think that's what happened to Kevin.
Like him
Sorbo.
And Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just like, because I think at some point they thought that they were really masculine because they played like these really masculine people, right?
Hercules and Superman. What's more
Exactly.
masculine than that? Yeah.
But then what they didn't realize is that they played masculine men on TV and people just didn't care.
Yeah. Also, like in the Hercules franchise, the winner was Xena Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
Nobody really Hercules was not to show people were watching. They were more interested in the Xena spinoff. So that's one. And two, Dean Cain, you're like a blip on the Superman radar. People were watching that shit for Lois Lane.
Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher and her cans.
They're real.
They're real and they're spectacular. What other celebrity? Yeah, go ahead.
The sad part about the ice stuff, or like this crazy part about the ice stuff. Do you want to talk about that too? Like who they're letting in, or is that just too depressing?
I mean, you can. I did say I wanted to keep it silly.
Have you seen what they've done with like the age restrictions and stuff like that? What they've done with like ice?
Go on.
They've completely taken all the restrictions off. So now you can be an 18-year-old with no experience, and that's who they're going for.
Amazing.
And it's
they're like we heard that there's a young male movement, MAGA movement. We heard something about it in the election. Let's put some masks on these little kids' faces and give them guns. Because I think the other thing is that a lot of young people are not joining like the military.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, we'll do this one instead.
Exactly. And like if you are like an ICE person, you are a person that was like rejected by the police academy. You know what I mean?
Imagine. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like you thought the police academy was too much work.
Exactly.
Even though like everybody's town, the dumbest person that they went to high school with is a cop or a gym teacher. So, what other celebrities do you imagine will join up with ICE?
Oh, who else is
Rob Schneider, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. If he wasn't in Happy Gilmore 2, he would have been part of ICE. I feel like if Chevy Chase is of age, he'll join ICE.
James Woods.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
John Voight, those guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You think that Zachary Levi guy?
Oh, he is so close to joining ICE. I feel like he's waiting out for like a Trump cabinet position, like a position in Trump's like an RFK, like RFK's assistant, chief of staff to RFK.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't get that, he's like, yeah, sure, I'll team up with ICE. No big deal. Shazam joins ICE.
Yeah, exactly. Either that or he becomes like a Christian movie guy. Like, what's the guy from Growing Pains?
Oh, Kirk Cameron?
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Kirk Cameron hasn't started a cult.
Well, I think he kind of has.
He has like a church, right?
He has like a church thingy, and then he has his own movies.
I always think about that picture of him at like the office of his production studio or something. Have you seen it? Where it's like a cafeteria and it has like one sheet cake, and he's like, I love to celebrate birthdays with my coworkers or something like that.
It's like a Subway sandwich?
It is a Subway sandwich. You're right. It's like one sandwich.
they're like the 6-inch sandwiches.
Anyway. Okay, now let's get a little serious. Okay, I want to talk about something that's important to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's personal.
Right.
So Serena Williams this week came out with a promotion or like an ad and admitted to being on a GLP-1 on Wegovy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's Wegovy. It might be Zepbound. I'm not sure.
It was like Ro.com, right?
Oh yeah, it's Ro.com. So Ro.com is one of those like online telehealth companies that make it easier for you to get access to weight loss medications, like Hers. It's like Hers and all these other types of websites, right?
ED stuff and
Yeah, exactly. Now, I will say that Ro.com, I think her husband is an investor in that company.
Mm-hmm.
But Serena Williams came out and she talked about being taking GLP-1s. I don't know which one she was on, but I don't think it really even matters. But she came out and she said that she took it, and she said that, even as an athlete, even as a person who had always worked out like my whole life, it was really, really hard for me to get the weight off after I had my kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was like the only thing that really helped was taking a GLP-1. So a lot of people are addressing that, and they're getting a little upset because they're like, if an athletic woman is taking a GLP-1, if an athletic woman feels like she needs to be smaller, that speaks more to how society has made women, even athletic women, even women like Serena Williams, who is like probably physically one of the fittest human beings of our generation, right?
Yes.
For her to then feel like she needs to take a medication that makes her thinner or smaller, it does like raise eyebrows about what we as a society think is like an acceptable way for a woman's body to be. At the same time, your body, your choice goes beyond abortions and birth control. It goes to all other medication that you take, all of your medication, whether it's weight loss or it's hormonal or it's your mental health or anything at all. It's none of anybody else's business. Okay. Asking whether or not somebody has a GLP-1 is the same thing as asking a man if he has a hair transplant. Okay. It's the same thing. So Serena Williams came out and she's talked about it. And I think I wanted to talk about this because I've like mentioned it a few times in podcasts, but like I've been on a GLP-1 since December 2021. And I would say that like in the realm of bodies, I'm still considered a fat person. Like my BMI is still obese, right? So it's not like I've been on Ozempic or I took Wegovy and then now I've been on Zepbound for a few years. But it's not like I was ever on that medication to become like thin. Like I was never thinking that I was going to look like Ariana Grande, right? Like it was always to make sure that like I kind of take the pressure off my own self because I've been on a diet since I was 10.
Yeah.
And so for the last, 4 years, almost 4 years, I've been taking some variation of a GLP-1. By the way, through my doctor. It took me 8 months of seeing my regular physician multiple times, seeing a nutritionist, and then doing a series of tests before my doctor said, okay, maybe we can consider this route of medication. It took me a really long time to get access to that medication. So when I was taking it, I was like an OG. Like people weren't selling this at med spas. Like this was only a thing that you could get at the doctor's office, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they were, or like celebrities were taking it. I don't know. But I went through
like a public hack, like it's known to be like.
Yeah, it wasn't like that. It was like I went to my doctor and I talked to them for 8 months before I decided to take this medication because in my mind, I was like, I don't want to take medication for weight loss because in my mind, I've always believed that if you take medication for weight loss, you're cheating the system. Yeah. You're cheating your body. You can only be thin, you can only be healthy, and you can only be smaller. And if you are smaller, that is the only way you're healthy, by working out and eating right, which I was already doing. I don't work out anymore. But I was already doing all those things and I wasn't losing weight. I was gaining weight. I had just like turned 35 and it was like really just hitting me really hard. And my body was like suddenly gaining all this weight and I didn't know what to do about it, right? So I'm saying this to say that the way that like GLP-1s are like villainized, the way that people treat people who are on GLP-1s is crazy to me because soon after Serena Williams like said this, Jamil, who's got something to say about everything, she came out and she talked about it. And I'm gonna pull it because she posted this whole thing, which I'm like, Jamila, shut the fuck up. Nobody asked you. But I understand her point because to some degree, I understand her point because she's like, this is just further pushing this idea that women need to be smaller, which I agree. Like, I think that when Serena Williams, who is an athlete, believes that she needs to take a medication so that she could be smaller, rather than just saying like, no, I'm a healthy human being. I'm an athlete. This is what my body looks like. And it's fine. Like, yes, that is more about society, but Jamil said Serena Williams is selling GLP-1 and The thing I feel most uncomfortable about here is that celebrities have access to doctors most others don't have access to. These miracle weight loss drugs come at a price. The side effects can include paralysis of gastric system, pancreatitis, cancer, hair loss, osteoporosis, severe malnutrition, muscle mass loss, depression. There have been reports of suicide, thyroid issues, blindness, and they can wreak havoc on your metabolism. If for some reason you have to suddenly come off, many people gain the weight back and then some fast. And if it's much harder to then lose, nobody tells you these things in the adverts and media. You need blood tests and DEXA scans and nutritionists and a dedicated weight regimen to maintain muscle mass and bone density. You need medical support. If things go wrong, you don't have $1 billion to fix it. And that's why I don't like celebrities pushing drugs with such drastic documented side effects. So she says this, and she says, like, all the information that I'm posting about the side effects I found on the website. I'm going to pause for a second because you are, I'm going to say, in the best shape of your life.
Uh-huh.
You've also been on a diet since you were 10.
Yes. Well, 16, but yes.
Yeah. Move the mic close to your mouth, will you?
Sorry.
Yeah. And you have been on like a very intense, what I believe is intense, but you've been on a weight loss and fitness, not weight loss anymore, but a fitness journey for like 5 years. Right?
Yeah, about there. Yeah.
And you're like in the best shape that you've probably ever been in your life, right?
Yeah, I think it's the best I've felt about my body consciously, I think.
And so what are your thoughts about GLP-1s? Let's start there.
Well, so I'm not somebody that has used them, right? And this is something that has come up obviously like in the last, I'd say year and a half, maybe 2 years, like the conversation about it. And obviously, when I first heard about Ozempic, I think I heard about Ozempic and then I heard about Ozempic face right away. Like, I think it was like those two things back to back. And I think that conversation, and then I think when they were talking about Ozempic face, it was a lot about like celebrities and like mostly women. I remember,
always women.
I don't know if we want to like mention one, but there was one that was like mentioned. She's like a brown person.
It was always Mindy Kaling.
Yeah.
They're like, how did Mindy Kaling get skinny?
Exactly.
She's supposed to be your fat brown friend.
And so I felt like when that conversation was happening, like my view of Ozempic was something that was just strictly, I guess, cosmetic, right?
You were thinking it was like fen.
Like, and yeah, exactly. Or, you know, it felt like, you know, when you talk about like cheating the system or whatever that is, right? I mean, I don't know how you feel about like, even I think like how we think about things like plastic surgery, that's even changed over like the last 10 years, right? Even for me, I think at this point I say, well, you do whatever it is that you want to do to make you feel like yourself, right? Like if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. So originally, you know, like I guess I had some sort of negative connotation about it. But as like I've been talking, because like this conversation is happening a lot with dudes now. Like all of the guys over 40 in our groups and stuff like that. It's funny. We were just talking about this, I think, this morning, and we were talking about it it was either this morning or yesterday morning, something like that. And we're talking about it because it's Serena Williams, and we were talking about like, hey, like after you turn 40, you need like
you need something.
Like you need something. You need something to like get you over the hump or whatever. I think for myself, because I've kind of been on this like side thing that happened for like, you know, that's been going on for a little while. Do I think that I would ever take a GLP-1 at this point? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I need it to kind of get like to hit my goals or whatever. Right. At the same time, like what I can tell you is, well, two things. Number one, like I feel like anybody that wants to take something that can be medically prescribed to them, that they work with a doctor on, that is like safe, then they are fucking free to take it. Yeah. Secondly, I think that you are free to like be the shape that you want to.
Yeah.
I will say that as somebody who grew up in the 90s, who grew up like thinking one way about weight and like, you know, like what it is to be a bigger person and like having lived that life for a really long time. What I will say is I do notice that people do tend to treat you a little bit differently.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
The way that people treat you when you're thinner. Oh my God.
So there's a part of that also, right? So like you get like, I understand like, you know, however good I feel about my body or whatever, I can say that, well, it's just because I'm feeling really good about like how active I am or whatever. And that's true. Like I do feel good about
You
that.
can do a lot more. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
But then I also think like a big part of this is like the positive reinforcement you get from other people, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I think you do whatever the fuck it is that you want to do or that you feel that you have to do to just feel good. If that is taking a GLP-1 because you need help, because the other thing I'll tell you, like the thing that you're talking about, like being on a diet since we were 10, like
Yeah.
that's not bullshit. Like I literally started the first time I did Atkins, I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
Right? It's like 26 years later, and I've been on some version of some diet between now and then. Right?
Yeah.
So
When I
it
was
is something that
14, our mom told me that every day I go to the gym, she'll give me $20.
And so you add that to it, right? You're like, okay, so I have the outside world, and then I have
the
my
outside
mom.
world treats me like a disgusting fat oaf because I'm a fat person. And then at home, my mom says, "Hey, you fat bitch."
She's literally buying the weight off of
She
you.
literally was like, "I will give you $20 if you go to the gym for every day that you go to the gym." And I was like,
every day? That's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
It's $100 if you go 5 days a week.
Yeah. Guess who didn't go? I was like, no, I'm not gonna go. I was 14. I was so angsty. I was like, how dare you? And now and then there was like a period of my time when I was like 17 or 18. I was like taking hydroxycut and like throwing up, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I should have taken up my mom on that.
Yeah. Yeah, hydroxycut is insane.
Dude, hydroxycut from 16 to 19. Those pills are massive.
They're meth is what they are.
Yes.
It's speed. You can't go to sleep.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I remember in high school being like, how am I waking up at 5 a.m. every day? So I was doing meth.
Why am I foaming at the mouth?
I remember I did patches. Oh my God. I did patches plus hydroxy. I was so unhealthy in high school.
What are patches?
God. Huh? Patches? Patches were these like little, I don't know. I think it was also given to us by my mother. It was like a patch that you put on your skin and it like keeps your, it helps you lose weight or helps with your metabolism. And I remember putting those on and also taking hydroxycut on top of it.
Yeah.
And then when I went to college, I didn't do that. I gained a bunch of weight. And then I was like, oh, you know what I'll do instead? Smoke cigarettes and drink coffee and throw up.
That's still effective for some people. I do kind of want to stop here and talk because like I think what we're talking about, and I think even when
what we're talking about are unhealthy ways that you can lose weight that I don't recommend anyone. We're talking about eating disorders. Okay.
No, but I think we even like, when we talk about, well, I feel better about it because I lost weight or whatever. I will say this, like there are definitely times there are definitely ways that you can be a healthy person and not fit to like, like what is ideal weight or what is like the ideal image thing. Right. And I think a lot of that is like, I wish that I knew some of the stuff like that the kids that are like 20 years younger than us grew up with at the time that we grew up, because I think it is just it has long lasting effects, right? Like I think like we can talk about, well, I'm healthier because I'm in better shape than I have been in the past or whatever. At the same time, like I also know like if I don't do certain things that I consider now healthy, or if I like go out of like my diet comfort zone and all that stuff, right? The effect that it has on my body is nowhere close to the effect that it has on me mentally. And that is fucked up. Like that is not an okay thing that if I have a slice of pizza, I think about it for a while. And like, I love to say, well, I have a healthier attitude about this, but I really don't. So that's the thing, right? So yes, like going to the gym and like that gym culture or whatever, I do enjoy myself going there or whatever. At the same time, like there's a shitload of like unhealthy activity that also comes sometimes like it's like symptomatic of it or whatever. So there's a balance, I think, at the end of the day that you have to find. And if you don't feel like being a person that goes to the gym and you're comfortable in your body and like that's like how you see yourself, that is way more important than anything else.
Yeah, like I think that there's like one of the most amazing things I like to find on social media are like women or men in bigger bodies doing like really incredible yoga. Like, I think that stuff is incredible. Yeah.
So no, that's the other part. Like, I think some of the things that I've seen, we talked about, like the ESPN body issue. I think it may be at some point, right?
Yeah.
But like when you see athletes, like actual athletes, like that are bigger people, and like that is a part of their power. Like that is how they are really good at the sport that they are, right? So even the idea that you are healthier if you have a low, like what do you call it, BMI, or like
Yeah.
you are cut up or whatever, that's not true.
Yeah. You know, the thing you were saying about like eating a slice of pizza and how it like fucks up with your brain or whatever, that's like the biggest thing. If anybody's ever taken a GLP-1, that's the biggest thing that happens is like your brain shuts off from all that stuff. And the way that my doctors always described it to me is like, you could diet and exercise and not have heart health issues. And you can like manage your blood pressure and all that stuff into your 20s, 30s. But at some point, your body needs assistance from medication. And so you could be a perfectly healthy person who does all the right things in their 30s, in their 20s and 30s, and somewhere for some reason in their 40s, suddenly you have high cholesterol. Suddenly you have heart issues. And then she was like, obesity is the same thing. It's a chronic disease that you don't have any control over. It's genetically passed down to you. And if you have that and you need to take medication to help with that, that's fine. Now, do I think that celebrities and like Hollywood and like social media makes being in a smaller body more enticing? Yeah, like we just said, people are genuinely nicer to you when you are in a smaller body. So I understand the concern that somebody like Jamila would have of like, we shouldn't as celebrities be like touting that. But at the same time, it is always funny to me that Jamil, a conventionally attractive, thin person, a millionaire, loves to wag her finger at other millionaires about how they use their platform. But like, you don't have the struggles of a fat person, Jamila. Okay. You don't have the struggles of a person like Serena Williams, who's a Black woman whose body has been scrutinized to the point where they talked about how she looked since she was 15 years old.
Yeah.
So you don't understand what she's going through. Also, that whole thing of like all these side effects and like wealthy people, they have access to doctors and they can, they can deal with the side effects. Anybody who is choosing to take a prescription medication, a pharmaceutical medication, they are likely being given waivers and they're likely being given entire sheets of information about what the drug is and what all the side effects are. That is required, not to toot about where I work, but Big Pharma requires it of you if you take any medication.
Is this a paid ad for Big Pharma? What the fuck happened? We're talking about like good body image and stuff all of a sudden.
So like it's required of you, right? So you can go to a med spa and you can get that some sort of account compound, or you can go on Roe, or you can go on hers and get it. But regardless of where you get it, it is required of you to read the side effects. And so all these people that are choosing to take this drug knowing the side effects are doing it knowing the side effects. They're choosing to make this decision for their lives because they want to do it. By the way, side effects, they exist on every drug. You know what a side effect of an antidepressive medication is?
I don't know. What is that?
Depression. So like it happens, right? Like it's any medication, like my doctor says, if you start any medication and then you stop it, the thing that you took the medication for will come back unless it's like an antibiotic, right? Like that's just how chronic disease works. That's how all these things work. That's how science works. So it just chaps my ass when somebody comes on and is like wagging their finger at somebody taking medication and being open and honest about the medication that they're taking. And I actually love Serena Williams for that because like, hello, we should be more open and honest about it if we want to be, because it's not a big fucking deal. It's a chronic illness for some people. It's a chronic disease for some people, and they're taking medication with the guidance of their doctors. Like I said, it took me 8 months before I even got prescribed it, right?
So yeah, so I think so net terms, right? So it's like, okay, so is like, what is a positive effect of Serena Williams doing this ad? Obviously you can be, you can be sitting
money in the bank for her husband.
She got money in the bank, and obviously her husband got paid for it, and she blah 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 blah. There's that stuff, but do you think that women would watch that ad and then feel more compelled to be like, hey, you know what? Serena Williams is telling me that even she as an athlete could use help, like can use medicinal help. So it's okay for me to take like the stigma off myself. Like, I guess in the way that you were thinking before, like, hey, it's not cheating the system. This is actually, it's okay for me to actually consider it. Right.
Yeah. Like who's that man? He's not Bill Nye, he's the other science guy.
Bill Nye the science guy. Who's the other guy? What's his name?
The black gentleman.
Tyson. Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
So Neil deGrasse Tyson said a while ago, like I saw this big clip of him, who's also allegedly a very problematic man, got some accusations against him. Anyway, he said something like, all these people that are like, if you eat clean and we, eat from the land and all that kind of stuff, like that's really the key to staying alive longer. But the reality is that in the 1920s and the 1930s and the 1940s, like before like major industrialization, right, we did primarily eat from the land. Mm-hmm. And, people, there was no pollution the way it is now. Yeah. It was very much a lot greener of a world. And guess what? People died at 40.
Yeah.
You and I, we'd be on our deathbeds right now.
We'd be so dead. I would have done. I think I would have gotten like a splinter, and then I wouldn't have gotten it treated, and it just gets infected. Then I lose a leg, and it's just like, I just died at like
the
22.
Average lifespan of a man in like 1920 was like 45, and for a black man it was like 32.
Yeah.
So it's like, and so he said, like, what kept people alive beyond that is like medicine, science, vaccinations. That's how we've been able to live into our 80s and 90s as a people.
Do you think Jamil's like post was like anti-science? Do you feel that it was that way, or do you think
I don't think it's anti-science? I think it's anti like skinny. Mm-hmm. But I think that I don't think that she realizes that when she makes a statement about medication, that it inherently becomes anti-science as well.
Yeah.
I think that's the stuff that's like, especially now that we have like RFK potentially banning the fucking COVID vaccine.
Yeah. Because I think that's what I caught from it also. But I hadn't seen the post or whatever. But when you were reading it, I thought that her message would be primarily about like the image part of it, right? Like, hey, it's not, maybe we should be promoting like, we shouldn't be promoting this thing about like smaller sizes or whatever. But as you were reading it, that's what I was kind of shocked by, was like how much it was about like the side effects and like the dangers of medication.
Yeah.
And so, so I guess even though I don't know if she meant for it to sound anti-science, it does sound like she focused on it a lot.
Yeah, she focused a lot on the science against like medication. And it's like, it's not a fad drug. People have been taking it for a long time. Who's that comedian, Nikki Glazer?
Mm-hmm.
She was on like Seth Meyers or Jimmy Fallon or something once, and she was talking about Ozempic, and it was so funny. She's like, the funniest thing about people complaining about somebody being on Ozempic is really just that skinny people don't want fat people to be skinny because that's the only like value they have in the world. She's like, that's their like, that's their means of like survival in the world, is being like, well, I'm skinny. And how dare a fat person also become skinny? And then she's like, and then instead they're like, ooh, what about the diabetics? As if they care. She's like, when have you ever heard a skinny person give a shit about somebody with diabetes? Yeah. So I think like that's the problem I also have with it. Is like all these people are like, this is, medication. This is like a fad drug. It's not a fad drug. It's been around for a while. And by the way, all of these drugs, this is going to bring me to what I wanted to finalize this chat about, is that all these drugs are actually found in America, because a lot of the medical research that happens through the NIH, which we know over the last few months has had major cuts, like thousands of people who worked in the NIH that were doing research on modern medicine, just for like weight loss, for heart health, of course, pediatric cancer, or just cancer research in general. A lot of those people got fired. And so a lot of the research that they were doing just had to stop. And so once that research stops, like they can't just restart it because it's all federally funded and it's done through grants. And so all of that funding that stopped, it just stops. And I saw an NPR thing about it where they were like, this is going to affect people who are going to be diagnosed with cancer 20 years from now, because 20 years from now, we don't know what the environment will look like. So we don't know how human bodies 20 years from now will respond to medication that we have right now at the point that we do, because that's why we continue to research, so that everything that we make every year is better and faster and overall good for human beings to continue to survive. And all that stuff got capped under Trump. And now recently there is talk about COVID vaccine potentially getting banned, because the RFK is very anti the COVID vaccine. What they call it, the jab. But Raheel, do you know who is behind his ear, who's in his ear about it?
No, who?
I'd love to tell you. It's a doctor, and he's Desi.
Oh.
And his name is Asim Malhotra. He's a British cardiologist, and he is an anti-vaccine, like, crazy person. But he's an anti-COVID vaccine person. He has like let me find it. He has these like public health campaigns that are basically led by like misinformation, and his obsession is first, like, of course, reducing the consumption of sugar and junk foods. He's like a big proponent of like these various like low carb diets, these like ways of like body hacking or whatever, of doing these different diets. And then most recently he had some sort of like study that he did, or like some sort of paper that he quoted saying that, the mRNA vaccines are like not good for you. It increases the risk of a heart attack by 25%. He said he quoted some potential paper. And so because he is a doctor, because he's a brown man and he's a doctor, I don't know how he got into the ear of RFK Jr., but he is sort of helping RFK lead this path of, well, I have a doctor on my side who thinks that the mRNA vaccine has more side effects than we ever expected, and therefore we should pause it from public health for the near future until we do more research on it. And all of the papers that Dr. Asim Malhotra has quoted are like not peer reviewed. They're very small. Like it's not good like research. And, I just want to talk about it because the Desi men have really just been crawling up the MAGA butts, the MAGA Maha butts.
So here's what I'd never heard of Dr. Asim Malhotra before this. I am looking at his pictures right now, right? I'll say Dr. Asim he is not shy about his chest. I'll just say that. Dr. Asim has lots of, hey, that top button could be closed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, but he's a chill doctor, okay? He's not buttoned up like everybody else.
I also see a 3-hour Joe Rogan episode with Dr. Asim Malhotra last year, right? So it falls in line, I'd say, with like that manosphere thing. It falls in line with like the video of RFK Jr. and Pete Hegseth doing whatever they're doing, like pull-ups or chin-ups or whatever they were doing last week, right? That's what it looks like. It feels like. I don't know how much credence you give to this guy.
No, you did none.
Because I think what's going to end up happening is when they bring him up to the stage, right? And he's going to be somebody, obviously, it looks like he's somebody that wants to be kind of an influencer more than a doctor or whatever. Like,
you think he's getting Fauci's position?
Probably. Something like that, right? They'll make him that because like they do make jackasses. Like they make like the jackass versions of like what's like Kash Patel is the jackass version of an FBI director, right? Like that's not That's like a dumb person's idea of an FBI director because he like does push-ups or whatever. Like he's all jacked or whatever. So it feels like that's kind of the place where this guy is gonna fall.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck because like they're never gonna actually put him up against like somebody that can talk science, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna just put him up against like other like influencers.
Yeah, like other like pseudoscience, like people who are like, you know, put this. I saw a guy say he's a functional urologist, and the best way to fight body odor is by taking a lemon and rubbing it in your armpits. And I was like, a urologist is a pee-pee doctor.
Who's peeing out of their armpits?
A urologist is a pee-pee doctor. What does he know about my armpits? Also, what's a functional urologist?
Also, if that is how you eliminate body odor, if you rub the lemon some other places, do you get rid of other odors? Like if I rub that on my tongue.
Yeah, like first of all, painful. Like I don't think that my pores are supposed to be marinated like that. And like if you're a brown person who's like grown up eating like garlic and onions and lemon, I'm a kebab. It's true marination. Anyway, I just hate it. I hate what's happening. It just sucks. You know, Trump is have you seen he's putting giant posters of himself on federal offices, buildings everywhere, all over DC.
And I think
Okay, I had a thought recently. Do you think that Putin's just making him do all these things?
You think he's like the puppet master? He's like, hey, Donald, no, just for like a laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because, hey, just entertain me.
Yeah.
No, I think Donald Trump is like, what I would say about Donald Trump is he is acting exactly how we were worried that we were like in our wildest dreams. We're like, no, this is why you don't elect Donald Trump, because he's going to start putting his fucking name on the White House, right? Remember there was like that meme picture back in like 2012 of like, if Donald Trump wins, he's going to put up like Trump Tower all over the White House.
It's happening.
It's exactly what's happening.
He wants to build a ballroom for no reason at all.
It's amazing. We don't have money.
Oh, who's going to these balls? He's like, I can't go to Mar-a-Lago every day.
Yeah.
Did you see what's going on his skin?
Yeah. They say, I read somewhere, so like, I mean, I read somewhere where it's like, hey, you may have 6 to 8 months to live, right? Which I know we talked about in the past or whatever.
Yeah.
See if that happens. Is it worse or is it... I don't know. I'm actually, this is the crazy thing. I am worried about even asking this question.
No, it's crazy because we might get, this might be our last episode if we ask that question. Crazy.
Boy.
Anyway,
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Now you're 2 days away from a big moment. We're turning 40.
I am.
How do we feel about it?
I feel pretty good. I woke up this morning, got myself a gun. Just kidding. I woke up this morning and I like did my hair because what happened? Did you just get it?
I knew that it was a song and I was trying to figure out which song it was, and then it clicked which song. It clicked which song it was, and then I just started giggling.
Oh my god! Did you know that this weekend was Tony Soprano's birthday?
Actual Tony Soprano or
actual, not James Gandolfini. Actual Tony Soprano's birthday. He seems like a Virgo Leo cousin.
He does seem like a Virgo,
complete lunatic. Do you think that when I was in Italy, I was eating pasta like him, just like breathing into it?
Were you eating and then like were you also dipping the garlic bread at the same time and shoving it?
I was moving the fork around and stabbing it.
There's this one scene where he's like eating at Artie's and like the fork looks so tiny. He's just like shoving. And I know we just talked about like body image or whatever. I want that experience. I want pasta has never looked better.
Yeah, I want to eat. I want to be a big man with a big plate of pasta and a small fork.
A tiny fork.
Yeah. How do I feel about turning 40? Pretty good. I've been like jet lag has been kicking my ass, so like I've been waking up kind of early, but I'm really loving it. Like put my outfits together and I like throw on not even a lot of makeup. Like I've not really needed a lot of makeup because my skin's really good right now. And I just like feel really good. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I'm turning 40. That's middle age.
So do you have anxiety about the number? Because I had a lot of anxiety about the number. I
feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good about it. And not to be like Leonardo DiCaprio, but I don't feel older than 32.
That's the thing. So I think I had a lot of anxiety about it leading up to it because it is just like, well, I mean, 40 is 40. You know what I mean? Like Jesus, that's like 7 years older than Jesus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And look at all he got done. But yeah, so there was a lot, I think, and I was trying to convince myself that I didn't have it, but in the back of my head, I did have it. But like the day I turned 40, I was like, oh, this is nothing. Like this is like, and I think that is so freeing after the fact because like once you're like, oh, I'm 40 now, that's fine. I feel exactly the same.
I think a lot about like how the last 10 years of my life have been like my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, I think that I just really am looking forward to continuing to be like, I'm looking forward to being the grown up, you know, like I'm the adult. I get to make the decisions.
You know what? You get to make the decisions. And guess what else? You fucking get to pay for them also. You know what I mean? And you can pay for them. And that's nice.
Oh,
you
so
can get
nice.
to pay for shit. Yeah.
So nice. And what a privilege it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a privilege to be able to live at a time where the life expectancy is not just 40. You know?
Yeah.
I'm excited to turn 40 at a time where people are living up to 90.
There you go.
Even though I say at 70, but
I don't think so. I think you're going to go at least until 80. With all of like the improvements and stuff. Are you just tired thinking about it? 40 more years? Like double this?
Okay, I was literally thinking about it. I was like, oh my God, I have 40 more years of this? This to go? Like the last 10 years were beautiful. Loved the last 10 years of my life. Great. But like to do like 0 to 30 again?
I mean, you're not going to be 0.
No, but you go 30
you don't have
to
to
0.
Learn to walk again.
No, you go 30 to 0 at some point.
That's true. Yeah. But you know, I think we'll have some, you know, medical advances and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you think that I should go bionic or do you think that I should go bye-bye as I age?
Well, now, what do you say bionic? Like, are you replacing parts or are you like uploading yourself into, would you upload yourself into a computer?
No.
I got to touch things.
No, I don't want to be uploaded into a computer.
Yeah.
No, I'm not interested.
I want to touch things.
I want to touch things. I want to touch things.
Hey, if I can't dingle dangle, what's the point of being alive?
Yeah, I don't want to be in a computer. I'm currently, whoever's listening to this podcast,
we are literally
right now. We're in the computer. Okay. No, I want to feel. I want to grow old. I want to eat. If I can one day be like Brain from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and be put into the body of a Tony Soprano looking man, and then I get to be a big man with a big plate of pasta and a small fork, breathing into the table. And bionic.